Okay, final part two of two. I hope I don't make it three, but I'm pretty sure I'll keep it at two. I want to watch a few DVDs or one from the library. Um, Other than not taking my second pill, forgot or just kind of just kept forgetting, and then the time passes, and after the time of noon, but I did take it. That's why I'm kind of more productive now. But the other thing that was making me tired and grouchy is bloatedness. Like there's beans in this, leftover lactose-free cheese, and what else? Curry and stuff. So I felt bloated all day, which tires me. So that's why I kind of bought, the Equate version of Aleve. Is that what it's pronounced? And I bought today 56 capsules, so like 30 something dollars. Don't have much money left, but it helps these probiotics, these supplements. The equivalent of Walmart is as good. Not trying to promote Walmart, but don't have a big budget even when it's on sale, I leave. So, that made me grouchy as well. Finishing up the library as one lady was passing in front of me when I'm looking at a DVD, and I could see she's looking for the alphabetical letter, and she doesn't say excuse me. So how hard is that? A librarian. In other libraries too, I find whether they are officially librarians or they work behind a counter as a librarian, is their research skills are horrible, even with their own system. Oh, it's so. Anyways, so then she kind of has to turn the other way so that she has to go in front of me a second time. Instead of saying, excuse me, the second time she says, she was joking it doesn't look good about the order of the letters that she confused. I said, I just did a vlog about basic math today, being a discouraging thing. But then, I changed the subject to not embarrass her, and I said I was looking for this. And no, I was asking about the DVDs in the bottom, and the ones in the bottom were some newer ones or some ones that didn't make in the same order as the other DVDs before. They were in order alphabetic of the movie titles. So then, when somebody else came in and maybe wanted to apply the Dewey system, then I think it's Dewey. Yeah, I don't think they did Library of Congress. But anyways, they kind of had two rows, and sometimes it's there, so that's why they have no problem having people coming to look with them. I mean, it doesn't simplify things as if you just choose a way and stick to it instead of having a couple of different ways. But I mean, it is easier for people maybe to look for the title if they know the exact title and which letter will be used for it. But it's kind of hard finding that stuff. And the way the shelves are up is you see, let's say there's 6 DVDs on a little rack, you only see the cover of the first, so it's kind of hard to find it. Yeah, so yeah. What else did I want to say about the library? Yeah, so when I'm at the library today, after like one of the situations I talked about before, or when I first get in, because it's been so consistent there, unless it's my two favorite people that work there that are capable of people skills and the others will think they have people skills when they don't, and their excuse is, whether they say it or not, is they reserve the right not to like somebody, and I'm often not liked. Because I expect people skills from people that work with the public, including librarians, when I love books so much in libraries. So they might think, oh, Martin's arrived and it looks like he's in a mood. I'm not in a mood. I'm really walking around eggshells because you are like really acting like you've got developmental disabilities. But there's a job they're advertising to be the coordinator of book reading in the summer with kids. Put me in a room that you have in the back. Invite me one time for free to read a book with the kids. You'll see who I really am. And I'm like that with the kids because they're not as screwed up as you are, the adults. So I'm like, with you guys, I'm like, I don't want to trigger my own species alienation, so I'm gonna not expect too much. I just do vlogs later about how ridiculous the lack of people skills and sense of superiority of people that barely have human thinking tools act like around me. It's pretty much I get like, these are just spoiled kids who didn't have parents and now they're librarians kind of thing, like and this is upsetting for them to hear if they hear this. But the thing is, again, I'm going by human standards, people. You might be one of the best, or your parents might have been recognized by this community for done something or but I'm telling you, human standards, like in the here and now that I can document, this is really what happened. This is really how you acted. So I'm sorry that shakes your image of who you think you are and your family and whatnot, but that's your issue to deal with. I just presented you evidence, which is your choice of how to act. Don't blame me for it. So you see this? I told the manager the day after the owner left. I didn't say everything. It was like, because the owner at one point, I'm like, first time he comes to talk to me when I'm doing homework, and like at one point he's pissing me off. I could tell, like, my God, this guy's like one lie after another. He's trying to see what I'll believe or not, and then he doesn't remember all his lies. They get all mixed up for him, and but at one point I just tell him to go take a hike in his own business because I said I'm feeling disrespected. I'm saying how cold it is after I take a shower. And he said, well, you took one yesterday. You probably like counted how many seconds it was. And yeah, and it's freaking cold. And that's the point he doesn't get. And that triggered me because I'm telling you, like, I have trauma from the lack of humanity that made me experience a lot of extreme colds and uncomfortable situations and worries that, how sick am I going to get from this without, human level, human standard medical care as if we cared about each other's human rights in BC or Canada. So but after that, I talked to him a little bit more, and we end up like, like I'm doing drawing things with his young daughter, and gave her a book before she left. He likes me more, and he's kind of asking more about me. He gets to know me, but why do I have to initiate all this? And why did it go that I had to tell him off, and then that triggered this, and I'm just okay. I don't need to stay mad a long time. I just told him to go in his own business, and he did, and after that we connected better, and I get over stuff. It doesn't take much for people to change their behavior. They're all worried about me to explode. No, I can reframe really quickly, but why can't you? Why can't you suddenly realize, yeah, you pissed off this guy, and after what he said, like about the breach of agreement, and not even saying thank you when I e-transfer $500 to a stranger, which may or may not be him. He's saying there's a partner. They use the same email, and maybe they both have the same name. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. It could just be his partner is maybe just a manager who wants to double check things after he makes a decision that she knows. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this: like, nothing adds up. And you know what pisses me off is he needs somebody to take care of this campground. And I said, well, I applied for a job, and if I get this job, it's pretty cool. But I don't know if I told him, but I should tell him right away if I even get contacted for an interview, is that it's a little bit less than 20 hours a week. So I could take care of the campground. And I'd love to make this nicer here and have people be happy and keep it really like organized and good behaviors. And he needs to plant trees, and I would plant the trees on all the steep banks there. Can't just have whatever it is, blackberries or whatever. You got to plant some trees here, and it's there's a lot of collapsing with the river and things. And I don't know, but maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he wants to sell in 2 years. I don't know. And then we're talking about ideas for the other building where the laundromat is. Yeah, and he's appreciating I have good ideas, and I could help make it work because the manager is she's she can't physically do a lot, and she's you know got a situation where she has to pace herself, and the other main staff are also kind of low key. They're not hyper energy people, so or intense concentration people. So yeah, he kind of needs me. So, but the thing is I don't think he's capable of win-win scenarios. And it's not just I want that to have a sense of community. Is I would love to see this. I've been taking pictures almost every day or second day. I'd love to see how green and beautiful I could make this by the end of the summer. Working outside and then working in my other job that I would really enjoy, hopefully, and feel appreciated by as well. But again, that comes secondary to a sense of community. A paycheck will never end the sadness I get of living in a non-human standard, dishonest community. That's what comes first. And I pretty much, this guy, like, even though he might change his mind and say, I want to offer you this, you'll be the manager of this part, sometimes maybe help in the store. These are the hours, they'll be flexible based on your other job. There's been so many red flags of dishonesty. I know it'd be a bad idea for me to say yes. But the thing is if I move on to somewhere else, it's the exact freaking same thing. So that's why I have to ignore so many freaking red flags. It's because you guys can't stop yourselves from acting in dishonorable, inhuman ways.